this video is on domestic violence and the process of a misdemeanor case that occurs in DC Superior Court. It's a really quick overview in case you've been reading the blog, just to give you a quick overview of the domestic violence and how it works in DC Superior Court. So the first thing that happens is you're arrested by the police officer. This could be at your home, or there could have been a warrant for you because a domestic violence complaint was taken out. But you're arrested by the police officer, and the first hearing that you're going to have is that because it's domestic violence, you probably would have gone through lockup, which is in central cell block, and thereafter you're going to see a judge. So that first process is, that first date is called an arraignment. That's your first court date, and that's where if you didn't have an attorney, a court appointer or public defender would be standing in for you, and they would be pleading not guilty, asserting all your constitutional rights, and thereafter scheduling a status hearing date. So the status hearing date is before your judge. So that first case was usually a magistrate judge who's hearing the case, but now you're actually going to see the judge that's actually assigned to your case, and that will occur at the first status hearing. Now, between the arraignment and the status hearing, hopefully you've retained an attorney, or you've talked to an attorney, or you've talked to your public defender or your court-appointed lawyer, because you're going to have a decision to make at the status hearing. And the decision that you have to make is, one, whether you're going to set a trial date. And if you set a trial date at the status hearing, that trial date's usually going to be in 60 to 75 days out. Now, given the COVID, it's probably going to be a lot longer than that, but if you requested a trial date, that's what would happen. The judge may go over your pretrial release conditions, make sure that there's all compliance issues, but essentially, if that's what you're electing to do at that date, you can just say, hey judge, I want a trial date, I'm innocent. The other option you have is you could always plead guilty. It's probably not recommended that you do this on a misdemeanor case, but you really should have talked to your attorney and make a decision on whether you're going to plead guilty to the charges at the status hearing. So that's another option. Probably the most likely option that occurs to first-time offenders that are arrested on domestic violence calendar usually are eligible for diversion, and you can go down a diversion track. A diversion track in DC Superior Court usually lasts for 9 months. There's certain conditions that have to be made, but at the completion of the 9 months of diversion, you have a final control date, and the case is dismissed. So that is the case in a nutshell. Obviously, we're just kind of going the three directions that you have at the status hearing, and you can have a trial, you can plead guilty, or you can engage in diversion. If you want to talk more about it, feel free to contact us at www.rollinsenchan.com or 202-455-5610. All right, thanks for listening.